Welcome back, Sam. So, in previous sessions, we talked a lot about drinking. We talked about what caused it, your mom having a big influence on that. We also talked about how it's torn apart your family and how you really want to um, get away from that so that you can have your family back. Is that right? Yes. Do you see it in the same light, or do you have anything to add?
And now I see it too. Like my mom definitely had a big influence on this. I don't want to say she's the only one who caused it, but she definitely influenced it. And it's tore apart my family. He says he wants to work on it if I can quit drinking. So, but it's definitely affected my home. Wait, that's what I want.
So, because of those reasons, because it's affected your home life, because it's made you feel so distraught, you really want to change this.
I do. I want to change it. I do.
And what kind of change are you thinking about?
I want to quit drinking. I don't. I don't want to just drink less. I feel like that would just open a door for me to start drinking more and more again and again. So I definitely want to just quit drinking and play off from that. I know that's hard, to do, and I know that it takes work. And if I slip up once, it could do all together. But at the same time, it's one of those things kind of out of state. I don't want to. If I'm not drinking at all, that's
I really like your determination about that. So, uh, it's really something that I would say that I'm proud of you for because with drinking, it affects your liver, it impairs your judgment, um, it does a lot of harm to your body. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you want to change?
how confident am I in the change?
That you want to change it?
Well, I definitely want to probably the four when actually getting. I know it seems low, just because there's a lot of it to go with it.
I can understand that. Okay, so do you want to brainstorm what we can do to get this change rolling?
Yeah, okay. See what options. I mean, I know there's AA and things like that. Other than that, I'm not really sure.
I think you can come up with more than that. What do you think?
Um,
What are some steps that you could take?
oh, yeah. I mean, I've got you to talk to about it.
What other kind of support do you have?
My dad, my sisters, to an extent, I guess. Definitely my husband, my children. I mean, my children as much as they can. They're 5 and 7, so they're not going to understand too much. But I think if my cousin knew, I would try to make change for us, for the family, and that it could lead to us getting together. I think he definitely would help me.
Would you feel comfortable talking to your husband, your father, possibly your sister, saying, because you said that to some extent, about when you feel like you want to drink?
Um, Definitely my father. I mean, my sisters. They're the whole. We talked about that. The whole on again, off again relationship things. I mean, they're a little more. I'm a little more hesitant to go to them, but I think I could if I had to.
So from here, where do you want to go? Like, you say you want to stop drinking. About by when do you want to get this goal completed? Like, setting a time frame can be really helpful because then you'll have to be more driven, and you won't just procrastinate with it.
Well, it's almost Christmas time, so I mean, I know there's like the eggnog stuff. Like, I think by Christmas would be little like 2 months. But what do you think is like a good time? 6 months, 8 months, 1 month?
In my opinion, and this is only my opinion, um, it would be great to start as soon as you can. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I didn't do this, I failed. It's more of take it a day at a time. We can say, oh, by Christmas, I want to be able to spend that with my family. Um, so if you'd like, we can make a goal of Christmas. And then as a mini goal, we can take it a day at a time. Meaning, oh, I didn't do it today, but tomorrow's a new day.
So you're saying, come out of here and don't drink.
If you can.
I mean, that's a big step. I mean, I want to, but that's yeah, again. I mean, the holidays are coming, and I do want to spend some girls and guys.
Use that as leverage. Use it as a reason, determination. Use it as your will to do that.
Also, another thing is, I'm sitting here thinking, I work at a bar. There's a lot of alcohol in there, obviously. I mean, I have to get a job then.
That would really help, especially when first.
I mean, I haven't used my degree in years because my business shut down, my company shut down. So, I mean, I'm waitressing when I can. Am I going to be able to find a waitressing job?
With your business degree, you said you haven't used it in a year because your old company shut down. But what do you feel about using your business degree again?
Really different from waitressing. The girls are older, so even if if they went back to the way it was, to a sense, then I things can't be the way. But if we were all together, the girls are older, so I wouldn't have to worry about them so much. That was part of the reason after it shut down. Didn't go back.
Do you think that your husband may be able to support you as you're looking for a new job that doesn't have so many relations with alcohol?
Probably, because he doesn't really like the idea of me working with alcohol. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, ex-husband, but he's very helpful still.
We've talked about that.
I agree with you.
Well, in one of our first sessions, you said that, and you were really hopeful about this, that if you could stop drinking, you guys would probably end up back together. So I understand where you're coming from. What else do you think you can do to achieve this goal?
Well, talking to people, possibly I don't know. I mean, what else is there?
Well, if you do get a new job, especially if it's not in something like waitressing where you have to be around alcohol, you could get a support group. You said also that you were Christian in the beginning of our sessions. Another thing that you could do is go start having a women's group at your church, because most churches have groups for women, men, and then like Bible studies. That would give you a bigger support group, and you could probably rely on those people to help you when you're having trouble.
And I know there's people in the church that have had these problems before too. I know that a lady actually, when we first divorced, had the same problem, same scenario for the most part. Her husband left her. They didn't get back together, but she knew they were together. She quit drinking.
What are your thoughts about talking to her? Like after the session, we can make that one of the goals, like one of my mini goals.
I would talk to her. She's been always very supportive of going when we were, where I was looking. She, even though she knows I wasn't ready to make that change before, she always made sure I was still doing well. She knew I was sick. She made sure got something. She kind of took on that mothering role.
So could you say that she's kind of a mentor to you?
Definitely, because I've seen her change. Because I remember her drinking, and then she told me she stopped, and that's around the same time I started drinking more heavily.
What other steps do you think that you can take to stop drinking? We have mentor, we have the church group, we have AA. Is there anything else that you can think of? take a couple minutes, you can think about it.
I think talking to people honestly is the biggest thing. I mean, not just running up to random people. Like, oh, guess what? I'm trying to quit drinking. You know, obviously that's not the way to go. But people that I know have had the problem, and I think I am fine because they've been there. They give you like a buddy system, right?
I believe so, yes.
And that would, maybe she could be.
She could.
I don't think.
I think that's very viable. What strengths do you think will help you get through this?
I mean, ambitious. I'm a go-getter.
So you're very determined.
Yeah.
I think that'll definitely help when you start trying to quit. I also think that it'll help that you have your daughters to give you a reason to stop drinking. You said that you want to help Bella with her cheerleading. And so if you stop drinking, you'll have more energy and you'll be able to do more. So I really think that your family dynamics can really prove helpful and useful when it comes to making this change.
Yeah, in fact, I talked to one of the coaches and they love that. So maybe that could be interesting. You know, keep my energy. I know last time I said my concern was my back, doing the jump training and everything, but I went to the doctor last week and he said that you know he could adjust my meds. He would feel better adjusting my meds as well. So they brought it down a little, but they also like started giving me some other things and stuff to help with it. So I mean, it's been feeling better, and I feel like I haven't been taking as much. I might.
That's great. That's very great. Have you talked to your back doctor about quitting drinking as well?
I haven't. I mean, he knows I drink. He knows that's why. He knows because you know different things have come up, but he hasn't really said too much about it.
Would you feel comfortable talking to him about some of this?
Isn't that like outside his practice, or kind of talking about?
It's a little outside of his scope of practice, but it would always help for him to know what's going into your system and what's not going into your system. Because then your med adjustment could go better. He could know which therapies would be better than other ones, considering what's going on with you.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, I guess I would bring that next time I go.
Where do you hope to be in the future?
Back home, with my kids and my husband.
I don't believe I asked this before, but were you ever a stay-at-home mom?
Right after I had the girls, I took the 2 years in between, so Sophie and Dawn. I took those 2 years in between them, and I was definitely staying home that time. I worked a little bit before, and then between I stayed home until Sophie was 2, and I went back to waitressing. But it was only part-time. It wasn't.
So, about the age, how many times do you think you'd like to go? And like what days, how long?
Well, it's a 12-step process, right?
Yes.
So is it 12 weeks, or does it just kind of go by your own pace?
It's more of a go by your own pace. I think they'll focus on one step each week, especially. But I think they'll also, if there's new members, they'll probably start back at the beginning, or at least sign that person a mentor, so that they can start on the 12 steps.
So when I go in there might be 3 people that have been there for months and months, and some people that have just started coming in. Okay.
It's really just a big support group to talk about what's going on, to uh, give you some hope. It's one of those things where if the if there's another person there and they're like, oh, I started drinking again, the other people there will be like, oh, it's okay, you just gotta get back on the wagon. We're really happy that you came back, that you are still continuing trying to stop. Or if someone's like, I haven't had a drink for 2 days, they'll be like, oh, congratulations, we're so happy for you. It's really a great support system when you're trying to stop.
Well, I think once a week definitely, and then at least that's kind of like a check-in thing. And maybe the weeks I'm having a hard time, maybe I could stop them. So another week.
Gotcha.
I mean, but also if I'm gonna have like a support system at church, then I'm not gonna be my check-in. So between the two, I think they'll keep me on track.
So AA once a week, and then your girls group once a week.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if they don't have one yet, I don't really want to head it. So do I just talk to the pastor about possibilities?
I would talk to the pastor's wife. She could be really helpful in starting something like that. Is there anything else you want to talk about today?
I don't know if there's anything that's popping out to me. I mean, I definitely want to make sure all that's taken care of and what we're doing. I think that if I can get back on it, I think that's a big part of the bike. I definitely think that's where I want to be. I definitely see myself in the future not drinking with my family.
Alright, so we've made some longer term goals, like going to AA once a week for however long you feel like you really need it. And when you have those bad days where you just need someone to talk to. And we talked about the girls group, which would be a long term goal or mini goal. What about short term goals? Do you think that talking to your dad and your ex husband about this would be a good idea? Or how do you feel about setting a goal to talk to them? Short term goals like that.
Oh, I definitely be talking to them when I need help. If I'm having any comment at home.
Okay.
My dad's always been with me. And so is my husband. So I definitely think anytime maybe life's getting to me and I'm gonna have to drink, I just talk to them instead.
And finding a mentor and lady at church is also a long term goal, or would you consider that short term?
No, long term. Because I think she knows where I'm coming from. And, even 2 years from now, she's still gonna know where I'm coming from and how it's still gonna be hard. Because I don't think ever gonna feel easy. Maybe it gets easier.
I understand. May I ask when you plan to tell your ex-husband and your dad about you starting to try and quit?
Oh, I was just thinking that. Is it okay?
Lines think alike.
It does. Is it okay to call him tonight when I get home?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Guess what? I'm gonna try to stop drinking, and I'm not gonna drink now. I mean, I know I said earlier I'm a little hesitant about leaving here tonight and not drinking, but I think maybe that would be a better thing, or at least
they can hold you accountable. Have an accountability partner like a mentor is a really great idea. Do you understand what that means, having an accountability partner?
Like somebody that
Mm-hmm. And to help you out too.
Maybe that would be one, because I think if I do it for myself, I'm not gonna drink while I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's a fantastic idea. I really commend you for thinking about that. I didn't even think about that.
I hate to just pour it all out, but at the same time, I know if it's there, I'm gonna drink it. So I'd rather let it go on.
You said you go to a Methodist church.
Yeah.
I'm not very clear on their practices. Do they drink wine with communion or
No,
grape
we use,
juice?
grape juice.
Well, that's out. You could give it to a Catholic church. I mean,
That is true.
Okay, so a short-term goal, and we'll talk about this next week when we need to, is to call your dad. Do you want to call both your dad and your husband tonight, or?
Definitely, yeah, both of them. Yeah.
Which one are you thinking about asking to come over?
Well, it has been separate girls, but I don't know. So, maybe
Well,
bring
you
the
can.
girls.
I'm not sure I would suggest bringing girls to something like that, but you could probably ask your dad to look after the girls while you and your husband do that together. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, you're probably good, because, we'll be talking. So, maybe I'll do that.
All right, Sam. I feel that we really did well tonight. I'm proud of you for really committing to this goal, this thing that we all work on together. I know we talked about a lot tonight. Um, we talked about what we've been doing so far, but now we have our treatment plan. So now we can really start working on stopping the drinking and wiping out the calls so that you can have an easier time not continuing to drink.
Where can I go to find
AA meetings you will be able to find, we actually have a phone book here. You'll be able you'll be able to find in the phone book. You can also find them via your church. Your church usually has a lot of great options. There may even be a AA group held there. Sometimes schools will also even host a group at night. So those are some of the places that you can find where AA meetings are.
And we'll just get that started next week.
Definitely. All right, Sam. So we're just about out of time. Thanks for coming in. I'm really, really happy and glad that you've made this commitment. I'm proud that you are taking the first steps, that you're talking to your husband and finding these groups. We'll meet next week at the same time.
Okay.
And we'll talk more about it. We'll see how this went. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye.